Good morning, guys. I just woke up. Um, Today I want to teach you something that causes God to answer your prayers immediately. You have to give up, okay? The world will tell you that you shouldn't give up. The world will tell you to keep trying. The world will tell you to keep working hard. But I'm here to tell you that you have to give up. Okay, not necessarily give up on your desired end or your dream, but give up putting in effort, give up trying, give up doing it your way, and surrender your plans to God. Just the day before yesterday, I was faced with a challenge, and I've noticed that every time I give up, God answers immediately. I was faced with a challenge and I got to a point where I was like, you know what, God, I surrender it unto you. I agree that my own effort has failed me. I've tried everything within my ability, knowledge, and power. And I can admit that I have failed. My power is limited, my knowledge is limited. And this particular thing, God, I surrender it unto you. And God immediately answered. I got my answer. I got a call with the solution. Okay. So if you have a challenge that hasn't been resolved, rather, for maybe some years, or you've been maybe looking for a job for a very long time, or you've been praying for a breakthrough for a very long time, and you've been working at something for a very long time, if you want an immediate answer from God, you have to surrender. I am reminded of a man in the Bible, even though I'm not too sure about the context and the scripture itself, but if you do know the verse, please comment down below. I'm reminded of a man who was praying so hard and asking God for God to supply him with an animal to sacrifice, because back in those days, in the culture, and in the way they lived, they had to sacrifice, they had to give an offering to God in a form of sacrifice. So he had nothing. He had no cattle to offer to God. And he was praying to God for God to provide something that he can present to God. And something strange happened. The prayer wasn't answered. Okay. And this man was like, okay, God, the only thing I have is my only son. The only thing I have is my only son. And I'm ready to offer him as a sacrifice. Now, the man went out, he took his son and he went out to the field. This man was ready to sacrifice his son, to offer his son as a sacrifice unto God. This man had given up praying. This man had given up hoping. This man had given up trying. And when he went to the field, he was ready to offer the last thing he had as a sacrifice. And then God showed up, guys. Suddenly, there was an animal from nowhere. So he was able to save his son and he sacrificed the animal. So, most of the time, if you are stuck, it's because you are expecting, there is a way in which you are expecting whatever it is that you're praying for to come. You cannot expect it to come this way or that way, because God's thoughts and our thoughts are like the distance between heaven and earth. I cannot even calculate the distance. It surpasses my understanding. I remember this one time I needed to buy a car. I had money in my hand and I wanted to buy a car. And I had a limited budget. So it had to be a particular car. And I went to two cities, Johannesburg and Pretoria. I went to almost every car dealer, and I couldn't get a car. And suddenly I found a car that I liked. And just as I was ready to uh, pay my deposit or put in a deposit for the car, the salesperson came to me and said, "Sorry, the car has been sold to someone else." It happened so rapidly. I got so angry and frustrated and I went home. That evening, I said, "God, I give up looking. I give up trying. The car that you know will satisfy me, the car that I will like, the car that I will enjoy driving, and the car that is within this budget. You know the dealership that has it, you know where it is. I give up trying, God, and I surrender this project unto you." Oh, and I went to bed, guys, so relaxed. Just in the morning, something said, "Try one more time." And I searched online, and there my car was. And I called the dealership, and they told me that they are based in Lenasia. It was Mercedes Benz in Lenasia. And I was like, at that time I was in Springs. I was like, it's too far, but I want to buy the car now. Please don't sell it to anyone else. And they were like, no, 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 we will come to you, and then you will test drive the car. Okay. And it becomes so easy when God does it, guys. So the guys drove from Lenasia, test drove the car. I called this other male guy, male friend of mine, to test drive the car. It's like proper mileage, proper engine, proper everything. And I still was able to save 20,000 rands from my budget, from my initial budget. And I was like, God, why do we struggle so much? Because like it's so easy when you do it. Why do we struggle so much? Hey, guys. The next day, the deal was done. The car was delivered to me. Everything was set. The car was paid for, and I was just happy. And this one time, I was looking for a job so badly. And I remember that one night, I was like, you know what, God? I surrender. I surrender. I'm tired. I've tried everything. I've sent my CV everywhere. I've put in so much effort. I give up. I surrender this project unto you, God. And the next day, there was a job waiting for me on my email, guys. I don't even remember applying for the job. So, what I'm trying to communicate here is that it is easy with God, because now it doesn't require your effort. Okay? When you surrender, what you are required to do is surrender and trust God and believe and let it go and forget about it. Okay? Because now God can handle it. The reason why we struggle is because we try to assist God, we try to get in the way, and we try to predict how it's going to happen, and we try to assist and we try to micromanage the whole situation. You shouldn't do that. You should just let it go and trust God, and God will show up, and God will surprise you, and God will be faithful. It'll be so easy. The job was on my email. Oh my gosh. I got the job, and the salary, or rather the offer, surpassed what I had initially set for myself. Like maybe, for example, let's say I wanted a job that paid me 40,000 rands. God exceeded that to 50 or 60. I was like, and then time and again, I forget, guys. And it's my human nature to try and micromanage. So I'm here to remind you guys, whatever you've been praying for, whatever you've been asking for, say, God, I give up. Giving up doesn't mean that you give up on your dreams. It just means you give up control and you allow God to do it. All right? God bless you. I'm Jazreel. Comment down below and follow me.